Did you feel like things had set up perfectly because you had, you had the ball coming out of the half?
Nope. There's no such thing as perfection in football. We don't ever think that's the case either. It's just not, our guys aren't accustomed to thinking that way. They're on to the next snap.
What kind of adjustments did they make defensively that maybe slowed you guys a little bit out of the half?
I think a good chunk of it is just stuff we need to do. I mean, we got to convert. We got to be in a little more manageable third downs, especially in the second half.
And, just watching, did you feel like there were some opportunities that maybe could have gotten to the edge a little bit with the tailbacks that weren't taken advantage of?
And there was on the touchdown there where the ball was delivered and it got outside.
There was. It seemed like there were maybe some other opportunities earlier that weren't taken. Were those by design, or is that just?
You guys show us the clips where you saw that on the film.
Okay.
Now if it was, and we'll go look.
So
at
you didn't feel that was the case?
Nope. It wasn't on the film. We'll see. We'll give it a shot. I mean, that's why I think probably both of us will each look at the film and just see if that's the case.
When you look at the thing, I know it's early and fresh, just when you look at it, just big plays on their end, just too many big plays on their end, maybe it was the
I think so. Yes, sir. Yeah. That's now they had something to do with that. It'd be they had a lot to do with it. The quarterback I thought really made some tremendous throws, and they have some guys that are pretty skilled too. I mean, I think coming into this game, they had a few guys that probably, Golly, that had caught a few balls. I mean, I don't have it in front of me. What they have coming in? Had a few different guys that caught balls, and so just matchup-wise, you got to match up with a good number of guys.
Obviously, first half and second half different. Did you like the way you guys held Madison? I think his last name was Matt, 22 in the first half, running the ball.
Somewhat. We still could have been better, and need to be better as we head forward.
How frustrating is it to get there and think you might have gotten him, look back and see that the ball's, been caught 30 yards down the field?
Yeah. I just got up. I got up and I started running back downfield. I didn't know if I was gonna have to make a play or something, and I looked back to see if he was still on the ground when I got down the field, but he got back up. I don't want him to get hurt. He's a good player, but it's kind of tragic that ball got caught.
How deflating was the score right before the half? You guys had gotten the lead, and you knew you had the ball coming out of the half too.
We came in at halftime. The score was 0-0, and we knew we had to win a game. We had to win a half. That didn't happen.
And Mo, I think you're probably going to be a viral hit. Your little dance was shared by CBS. Getting that sack. At that moment in the game, what was that? What was that like?
I think everybody on defense has opportunities to make plays, and that was just my chance. And you got to play with energy, to be good at this game. And so I was pretty hyped, as you could tell.
How different was it seeing them in person than preparing for them? You had a game plan and actually trying to execute it against them. How was that different?
I think every week, you watch the team on film, and you can only prepare so much in the week, and it's always going to be a little different once you step on the field, and so you have to adjust. From the first play, you have to start fast. You can't let them determine the tempo. So, yeah.
I've heard a lot of you guys talk about, short memories turning the page, but you have Army next. Does it make it that much easier when you have, and it's for the Commander-in-Chief's trophy. The winner will keep it. Does it make it that much more easy to wake up tomorrow thinking about next week instead of tonight?
I think we'll definitely be ready to work this whole week.
You're the senior up here. What do you think about that?
Yeah, we're going to get after it this week for sure. And that's the bottom line. We got to take it to these guys next weekend.
And Joseph, when you touched the ball tonight, exciting things happened. Did you feel like you could have touched it a little more?
Just a little bit. We practiced a certain way. I had certain setups and certain formations that we practice and practice. And I thought we did what we were supposed to do. So.
And had you thrown a pass in high school, or where did that come from?
Yeah, I've been throwing halfback pass for a little while, and yeah, so yeah. When I first threw it, I was like, man, this is to all the haters, but yeah. So
What haters? Who's
oh, just like little banter on the team, like when we're just messing with each other, like, oh, you can't pass, all that kind of stuff. So I was just thinking about that. But.
I mean, do you feel like this was the best game you've played so far?
I mean, I didn't get to bring the ball out for kickoff return. Made a couple of tackles on kickoff and punt, and then not many of the tailbacks touched the ball that much on offense. So I don't really know if it's my best game I played, but it's definitely like one of the I was focused, like I did my job. Like it's one of the best, in a way, like a good feeling, like knowing that I was doing good. So.
That's a tough question. He mentioned the tailbacks didn't touch the ball that much. Was that?
I should have pitched it to him.
I mean, was that by design? And were there times you felt after the play you should have? Like what? How did
Yeah,
those
we
plays happen?
talked about it, and that's what I was telling somebody else too, that if I could go back, I'd probably try to get the ball to them a little bit more on the perimeter. Obviously, the couple of times we did, Cade was able to make some things happen, and that's something I probably could have attacked the pitch keys a little bit more and then try to get the ball out. So.
Can you explain the mindset? Because I mean, obviously you were moving the ball in the team. I mean, you had 28 points at halftime, so it's not like you were struggling. When things were going that well, is there almost just a reluctance to not risk the danger?
I don't think it's so much that. I think it's just the way that we train. There's a certain way and a certain kind of picture that you get of what the read key is doing, and he was slow playing a lot, so coach wants us to be decisive and stuff like that, so I try to tuck it up. But obviously, like I said, we could see that if I would have got the ball out a little bit more, it probably would have been beneficial too. So.
And yeah, when you're playing in a game like that where it's just a track meet, I mean, do you feel that, once there's a punt, that's a missed opportunity that you may not be able to make up? What's the mindset when it is that kind of game?
I mean, I think it's dangerous if you start thinking that you can't make something up. I mean, obviously in the game, there's a lot of crazy things that happen, right? Defense can create turnovers, offense. So I think in the game, your mentality you just got to be ready for the next drive. And obviously, there probably were a couple opportunities out there and some plays that I probably could have made that I didn't. Hopefully we'll fix that and clean that up this week and then be ready to go next week. So.
Okay, yeah, and this will be our last chance to talk to you. Before that, what are your thoughts on Army and the trophy and everything like that?
Obviously, we have a big opportunity in front of us. Up till however many minutes ago, we were playing Boise State today, though, so that had to be the focus. Now we can start trying to looking at Army and what they do, and like I said, prepare this week, and we'll be ready to go next week. So.
Isaiah, did you think, especially in that first half when you guys were trading touchdowns, that this was going to be a game where maybe whoever had the ball last was going to win? And did you feel like it was almost a track meet and that you had to keep up? Was there pressure there with knowing that maybe you have to get 7 every drive versus 3 or maybe nothing?
I mean, one of the things I've learned here is the duty concept, right? You got to do your job. So regardless of whether they're scoring, whether they're not scoring, you got to go out there and do your job. And our job is to put points on the board. So.
Yeah. And for you guys on defense, I mean, you had some stops, but was there pressure and, maybe holding them to 3 or nothing in this game because there were so many points out there?
Yeah, we emphasized so many times, like we got to get one for the offense. We got to get the ball out. We got to get an interception. We got to get a stop. We made a few stops, but we didn't get a turnover. We had people ripping at the ball. We had one that popped loose that wasn't called our way, and but we had guys in there trying to get the ball back to our offense. We knew as a defense, when we make turnovers and give the ball back to our offense, then we win games, and we didn't do that enough tonight.